Good afternoon. I'm Barbara Jean, and my pronouns are she, they. Welcome to the Joy Show, where who you are and how you do what you do is what really matters. Joy is the acronym for just one you. So we're here to celebrate the uniqueness that you are. Well, let us begin with the land acknowledgement. So we're standing on the land now known as Toronto, and we stand with reverence, committed to the sharing of this land. We acknowledge the genocide committed here, and we choose to courageously move along a new path, creating reconciliation. We acknowledge this land was stolen from the Anishinaabe. Europeans, settlers stole their culture, their language, their spirituality, and their children. So today, Toronto is covered under Treaty Number 13 and the Williams Treaties. It is the traditional territory of many First People, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples. And still today, the First People are struggling to be seen and heard. Colonization has created a system of destruction for our First People and to the people forcibly brought here through the transatlantic slave trade and slavery. Toronto was built on stolen land with stolen Black labor, that stolen labor of the Indigenous and other racialized people. And in our desire for reconciliation, we honor the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Treaty and agree to peaceably share and care for this land and her people. We are committed to the active dismantling of the colonial system, and we are committed to the dismantling of all forms of racism. So please take a moment to acknowledge your personal commitment to the land you are on and the path you choose to walk going forward. Miigwech, thank you. Well, my guest today is an accomplished musician, brilliant to say the least. Rudolph Tomlinson, otherwise known as Rudy, is a multi-talented performer whose dynamic presence on stage has captivated audiences across Jamaica, the Caribbean, North America, and now he resides in Canada. Yay, us! We're glad to have him. With a passion for singing, acting, and dancing, Rudy has seamlessly blended these disciplines to create unforgettable performances that inspire and uplift audiences. And I gotta say, I saw him perform on Sunday, and yeah, wow. He does do this and does it well. With a career spanning over a decade, Rudy is dedicated to using his craft and he's committed to using the platform to inspire others. Rudolph's passion extends beyond the stage, whether he's performing for sold out crowds or volunteering at local shelters. Rudolph's commitment to both his art and his community make him a beloved figure, leaving a lasting impact on all who cross his path. And I will say that is true. Rudy, welcome to the show.
Hi, Reverend Barbara. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for saying yes.
No problem.
Oh,
Anytime. Anytime.
anytime. All right, I'll book you every week for the next. No,
That's fine. That's fine. That's
you're
fine.
so easy to get along with.
Uh,
Now, when did you start singing? When did you know this was going to be your jam?
well, I started singing in church,
Yes.
I must say, probably at the age of 5, maybe, or
Wow.
younger. Um, and from that age, I didn't know what I was doing. I just know I used to be on the choir, because mommy said, you need to join the choir. And so I started from there. Also, after church, I can remember vaguely, I used to come home after church with family, and I used to kind of mimic what the pastor did in church, singing all the songs, getting my earbrush and oh, and God said, and I used to do the voice as well. So, I started very
Oh,
young in church and singing and just, having a grand time. So that from church, it led to singing on the school choir
Yes.
From the primary school choir to high school school choir and stuff. And I guess, that's when individuals started to see more of my talent, and I was invited to different programs, different performing arts companies, etc.
Nice, nice. Now, you moved to Canada recently. When
Hmm.
did when did you move?
In December
Oh,
2023, that's when I
for
moved.
the weather, right?
Well, I'm let me
From
well,
Jamaica to Canada in
Jamaica,
December.
Canada, warmth and cold. But yeah, I moved here in December.
Oh,
I moved
wow.
here in December.
Yeah, so that's a big change.
Mm-hmm.
Big change. So tell me about your career and what it is you really hope to do moving forward, because you're still a very young musician. You
Mm-hmm.
have lots of time ahead of you. What are kind of your dreams or goals moving forward?
So, one of my I have many, many passions.
Yes.
But one of my passion is in the arts. And one of the things that stuck out to me as an individual, I want to create change. I want to create positive
Mm,
change. I want to create an impact amongst people in general, impact amongst Black people, impact amongst young people, because I really feel that people need that level of empowerment. People need to find that level of vision, that path, that can lead them into just this positiveness about themselves. And I feel, one, my experience in the arts, can make a difference.
yeah.
um my experience in singing music can make a difference. And when I sing, one of my mantra to myself is that if it's not coming from the heart, it doesn't make sense. If it's not going to create an impact, it doesn't make sense. It has to create change, it has to implement change, whether it be um make you feel good, happy, or just make you think. Just make you feel motivated. I mean, that's a path. I'm also a social worker back home in Jamaica. I just
Mhm.
finished my degree in social work, and when I was going up for this degree, the question was performing arts, social work. How does that come into play? How does that you know, work with each other? And I really said to the individual, social work is all about working with people, making a difference in people's life, bringing forth that care, for individuals. The arts, music is supposed to have that kind of impact. And why
Yes.
not use it as a therapy for people? Why not
Mhm.
use all of the information from social work, because we deal with people, we listen to people on a daily basis, and create something maybe on stage, create something in the music that has some kind of impact on people, because you have to start with people's mind. You have to
You
start
do.
there, and
Yeah.
everything will translate. And I think that's my work here. That's my work here on earth. That's my journey. This is a part of my journey. It's just because in Jamaica, I was given that platform to do that. But
Yeah.
sometimes on life journey, you may need a bigger platform now. You did your work there. You did work, because to be honest with you, Rev, I came to Canada at age 14, way
Oh,
back in 2004. Um,
okay.
I was with a company called Father Holland and Friends, and I did my first tour to Canada. And yes, when I came here the first time, it was snowing, it was cold, and I was
And you
just,
still came back.
yeah, I did. When I came here at that time, I was just in a sandals because I've never experienced cold and snow before, so I did not
Yeah.
know how. But I was just in my sandals and like a shirt, a normal shirt, no coat or anything like that. And when I step out of the airport, I was like, it was really cold, but you know, and I was encouraged to stay from that time. And I came back, I left, I came back, and I left, and I've always been encouraged to stay. But I feel like, okay, my work, I have some work to do back home, so let me
Yeah.
go and do that. And I mean, stuff happened, and which, that will leave me to another time on a show. But a lot of things happen. My main thing was to create some level of change, and I think I did that, especially in my circle, with
Yeah.
individuals who I come across. And I believe, okay, now it's a time to get into a bigger sphere, to learn and to see what I can create out of this learning experience or this new journey.
Well, that's very exciting, and I love the idea of, the focus of social work.
Hmm.
Our world is in desperate need at the moment of having people caring for people, and
Yeah.
I think we're definitely at a place where that becomes the most important part of our work, whether it's as a reverend or as the music director. Either way, it
Yeah.
has to produce something that helps to lift people's spirits, give them hope, and sort of encourage them to strive to be their authentic self and to reap the
Mhm.
benefit of that,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is huge.
You know. And I
Hey,
mean, when I
Sheldon. Just saying a quick hi to Sheldon. He's in the room. So even though you're not at church today, Rudy, Sheldon's here. He said,
hey, hey
Rudy.
Sheldon, hey Sheldon,
Yeah,
well, I must say, Reverend Barbara, when I first got this mission to be the musical director at Verity, and when individuals came, um my training would go for, oh, you have to create harmonies, you have the tenors and you have the sopranos and the altos and all these things. And I said to persons, I said, look, more importantly, let's minister from our hearts.
yes.
Because you could spend all day creating all of these harmonies and stuff like that, and you do a presentation, but it doesn't reach anywhere.
It's fascinating that you say that, Rudy, because one of I love the piano. I mean, I love singing, but I love the piano. The piano is a sound that just reaches my depth. And it's interesting to listen to pianists who are very good and not be moved at all.
Mm,
It's
yeah,
like, yeah, you played the keys, but I'm not
yeah,
feeling the heart.
mm,
And that can't be taught.
mm,
Just like what you do with your singing. People can be really great singers, but
yeah,
to activate the audience, to uplift,
yeah,
inspire, and to create the energy that you created in that center, in that church on Sunday, that is a gift that
yes,
you have. You came into the world with that gift.
yeah,
And the
yeah,
singing is the way you motivate, uplift, expand, and bring people forward. So, but that's your gift. And you're right. Like, if it doesn't touch the heart, it hasn't reached.
yeah,
It's,
yeah,
it's, it's noise.
yeah. I mean, like, cause I mean, back home I used to be in, like, different competition, school competition, high school choir competition, and
Yeah.
all of that. And sometimes I can't remember if I should share this experience. So back home, one of the competition was Jamaica Cultural Development Commission. That's JCDC, they call it,
Yeah.
back home. And there was this individual. She was very popular, very, very popular, because she had a hit song out on the radio.
Yeah.
And you know, I was placed in a category with that individual. It was called the Negro Spiritual category because she was doing I think she was doing Wade in the Water, and I was
Oh,
doing Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho.
oh
And
yeah, yeah.
I was like, why would they do that to me? Like, put me in a category with this lady, this individual that has Jamaica behind her back, because she was popular. She had a really, really good song on
Perfect
the
place
radio
for
and
you.
stuff.
Perfect place
And
for you.
I was like, I'm gonna just sing from my heart. I mean, that's the only place that's what I'm gonna do. And I remember I think I was the one who went first or second. I don't remember, but I know that she went up and of course she did her thing, and everybody was like, and then I went up, and the keyboard started to play, and I started to snap, and I did my thing. And what they did was, because both of us were really good,
Yeah.
um they just call it a tie.
Mm,
They just call it a tie. But
I
I
love.
was surprised because for me, um to go against such, she was very popular in Jamaica. I never expected a tie, but I mean, I knew that what I left on stage was my heart.
See, that's the key,
Yeah.
Rudy. Yeah. It's if if everybody did that, and it was perfect that they put you with her because people needed to see you
Mhm.
at the level that you really are. And so putting the two of you together was perfect. They're very
Yeah.
smart, obviously. But I really, when I think about the gifts that we have and the way that we share them in the world, every one of us comes into life unique and special,
Hmm.
perfect, whole, and complete, created by the Creator. And we're created exactly for the thing we are here to bring, whatever that might be.
Yeah.
And if everybody lived from their passion rather than from, oh, I got to earn a living, like if we
Hmm.
changed our focus and said, what do you love? What excites you? What delights you? Let's live from
That
there
space. Yeah.
and bring your heart into everything you do. Yeah, you might have a job that earns you Monday to Friday so you can do what you love on the weekend, but the reality is that all of it will be harmonious, like it will all come together,
Yeah.
creating a great version of you, but also healing our world at the same time.
Because listen, Rev, things will unfold when you live from your passion. Um,
Yes.
when I made the decision to come to Canada, I didn't have to worry about a thing. To be
Mhm.
honest, some challenges came up and they were gone.
Yes, of course.
They were gone because, I mean, one of my prayer was this, people always talk about walk by faith and not by sight. People always
Mhm.
talk about that. And I must tell you, hold on, I must decline this call. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Probably turn it off. But people always talk about, made reference to walk by faith and not by sight. And one of my prayer was this, God, I want to see the door. I actually want to see the steps.
Yeah.
God, I'm so sorry. But I want to see what I'm stepping into. I want to see what I'm stepping into. So if I'm supposed to walk by faith, yes, I would walk, but I want to see what I'm walking into. Yes, I may
Where
not
I'm
know the
going.
processes and some of the things that I have to go through, but I actually want to
Yeah.
see it. And Rev, I must tell you, I mean, that's my prayer, I'm being honest. And I must tell you, everything fell in place.
Beautiful.
Everything fell in place.
Yeah.
God was so good that He provided the people
Everything.
around me to just
Mm.
work things out.
And
Yes.
that's how it works. When we're living from our passion and when we're living from that divine core that we all have, when we live from our divinity, we are moved
Yeah.
quickly, easily, productively. And it doesn't mean that we don't ever have a challenge, but we move through them really easily. It doesn't become a stumbling
Hmm.
block. It just becomes another opportunity to see life from a new perspective.
Yeah.
So, how are you enjoying Canada?
I mean, Canada is just a new journey, and I'm excited about it. Yes, it's cold. I must say, it's cold, and the
This is
weather
the
is
warmest
just
winter.
the wet.
This is
The
the
weather is
warmest winter.
unpredictable. That's what people been saying. That's what people been saying. Like, am I in a different world? Because I mean, y'all are. This is cold, and everybody's like, oh, this is the warmest and all of that. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm
Good,
enjoying it, and I'm remaining open. So
good. I think that's the biggest thing when you go someplace new. Of course, everything's going to be different, customs, traditions, um, just the way people are, the government, everything is different.
mhm,
And then just trying to adapt. But you've got yourself in a
yeah,
really good place as the music director for Verity. You have put yourself in
yes,
a really good position. I love that. Now, you did the music in Jamaica at the Kingston Center, did you not? Did you do music there?
no, I didn't. I didn't. I assisted sometimes, but the
Okay.
music was coordinated by Maxine Edwards. She was the one who did that. Of course, I assisted her in terms of if she needs some assistance with the music based on the lesson, I would assist and stuff like that. But
Mhm,
in Jamaica, though, I was a part of this performing arts company called the Ashe Company, where I was
mhm.
the
Gotcha.
supervisor. Yeah, supervisor for the ensemble, that is. So I was
Were you
mainly
here
in
for the
charge of.
Parliament? Were you here
Yeah,
for
I
the Parliament
was.
of Americans?
Yes, I
So I
was.
would have met you
Yeah,
then.
I was.
I met you
Did we come for the parliament? That was in 2012.
Parliament of World 2018, I think, 2 years before the
Yes, I was. I
pandemic.
was. Was I? Yes,
It's the only
I
time
think
it's
we
been
were.
in
Yeah, I
Toronto,
think we were.
so
Yeah, I think we were.
yeah. And you did a
Yeah, I
performance
think we
at
were.
Verity then
Yeah, we
as
were. Yes,
well.
we were here. Yes, we were here. Yes, yes, we
Yeah,
were here. Yes,
yeah,
we're here.
yeah, it was really
But
good, it was really good.
um, my duty at the time, in the performing arts company was to ensure that all the performers were trained and they know the materials and stuff like that. And mind you, I have to deal with singers, actors, and dancers, and diva personality.
What? Divas in the
Yeah.
arts? Oh,
Oh, yeah. But I mean, it
Ashe,
was fun moments. Yeah, it was fun
yeah,
moments. Really, really good group that really looks
really
on.
good group.
I was also introduced to social work and social services, within that company, because that company also looks at young people affected by HIV and other STIs and stuff like that. So I was really introduced to get into the whole social service from that time, and which I'm really, really grateful for, because back home, talking about sex is taboo,
Yes,
and we always shut it down. But young people were experiencing a lot of things, and they had a lot of questions that wasn't being provided openly in schools and stuff like that. So
yeah,
we provided a space where all of the questions young people had, they could come and ask us. We were funded by Global Fund and USAID, and we use that to really provide tools for young people. People come and they do HIV and syphilis testing, screening, and we provide counseling for them. So it's a good initiative, back home, and I was
Mhm.
highly involved in that. So
Wow. That is that is really important work. We're going to take a short commercial break because we're just about at our
no problem.
halfway point here. So we're going to take a little break and then we're going to be back and let's talk a little bit more about that social work side of what you
No
do.
problem.
Well,
No
everybody, you're watching The Joy Show here on the New Thought Media Network, and we're just going to take a short commercial break. Do not go away. Stick around, more to come.
Watch me change when you change the way you look at things. The things you look at change when you change the way you look at things. The things you look at change when you change the way you look at things. The things you look at change when you change the way you look at things. The things you look at change.
Please help us say thank you to our organizational sponsors, including the Hepperlin Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Center for Spiritual Living on the Lake, Unity Spiritual Center, Kitchener, Home Center for Spiritual Living, La Mesa, Satya Center, Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and Center for Spiritual Living, Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. Thank you for making New Thought Media Network a place to be. Please come be you. And remember, like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspired.
And we're back. So, Rudy, we were talking about, some of the important work that you were doing with youth in when you were in Jamaica. And are you going to be doing some of that here as well, where you're helping to assist youth when it comes to understanding their sexuality or life, or like, what are you doing here?
Of course. I started that path of volunteering at PWA, and I think it's a good space to be in, especially because we have different. It's a very diverse space. Um,
Yes.
we have different individuals, and I started that process in terms of just talking to people, encouraging persons. I'm shadowing a case manager here at PWA, and I started to talk to young people because you walk around and you see young people with their heads held down, and you'd be like, hey, what's going on here, and just by talking to people, you realize that there are a lot of things that young people are going through. There are a lot of things that people are going through, and they just need somebody to talk to. And I've started that
Yeah.
process because I believe that a part of my journey is to empower the individual. We all need a friend that we can talk to. We all need that support support sometimes. Sometimes we get weak. Sometimes we're kind of lost and we just need that level of support. And I think
Yeah,
being in a space like it, that like this provide me the opportunity to speak and encourage people, because as I speak to young people, or as I speak to people around me, I also encourage myself too, because I get to think, you know, and sometimes by listening to people, I learn. There's something new that I learn,
yeah,
and I think, part of my journey as well, we all learn from each other,
we
you
do.
know,
'Cause we
you
don't
know,
know what we don't know,
yes,
right?
and so there is somebody yesterday who came in office, and he was just passing by, but I sense energy as well. I sense something was off, and I say, hey, what's up, come have a seat, let's talk. And just by that moment, he said, I'm new to Canada, and I said, what are you passionate about? He said, he's in sports, he like to do sports, but oh, I'm past that now. And just a conversation, and I'm said, never be limited by age, bruh. Don't be
Absolutely.
limited by your age. There's so much things you can do in sports. You can be a coach. You can be a sports analyst, a journalist. There's so much things.
There's so
Don't
much.
so limited by, oh, I'm in Canada now, so, oh, that dream that I had is over. No. And
No,
sometimes we need somebody to remind us who we are and what are the possibilities that lie ahead. And I think, me being here, that's another thing that I'm taking on, just to encourage, you know
yeah,
because all of
I
us
love
need it. Yeah.
a little encouragement. Yeah. I had a guest on my show, the other show that I do last week, and she's 39 years old and she's an aerialist. And she didn't do that when she was young. She started doing it in her 30s.
Oh,
And I'll tell you, she's fierce. And I'm
oh,
going, you're darn near 40 years old and you're swinging around on ribbons like you're 18.
wow,
It's
wow.
so, yeah. And I say that because whoever it was that you were talking to, they need to know there is no age limit on living
No,
passion.
no,
Just
no,
do it. Yeah.
no. And for me, because I'm 35, hey, I'm 35, and being in the performing arts, you hear different things, you know, oh, if you're not at this age, then blah blah blah. And I
Yeah.
started to do some research. I
Yeah.
started to look on individuals, actors who, make it in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, and all of that. I can name one. What's his name again? Wolverine, Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
I read upon Hugh Jackman, and he got that role, his first acting role as Wolverine at age 31. That was by
Exactly.
default.
Yeah.
But whether it's default or not, everything went uphill for him at that age. And
Yeah.
just using those people as an example that the
Hmm.
possibilities are endless, and
They
so I
are
take my
endless.
rounds. Yeah, I mean, I make my rounds here at PWA, and this is something that comes naturally. I just talk to people, encourage persons, to live from that divine potential within them. Those are the things that I encourage people about, because sometimes, we get so lost,
We do.
and I mean, thank God for the church that I'm attending, because I mean, at times I feel lost, and there's just one word that I need to hear, and I'm back on track again. So yeah.
That's the key. And I know even for me, like I'm 67 and I'm
Mm.
still just starting.
Yeah.
I've got so many passions, so many things that I need to get done. I'm going to have to live for another, I don't know, 40 or more years, I suppose.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
be
I
here
mean,
for a while because
yeah.
there's so much. And I think what happens is when you're passionate about things, it keeps you younger, it
Yeah.
keeps you healthier, and it makes life worth living when you
Yeah.
have something that you're excited about. And
Yeah.
that's, I think, what's missing for some people right now after COVID and coming out of that. There's
Mhm.
still a lot of I don't know, anxiety and
Yeah.
depression and stuff among people that they're just feeling a bit unsafe in our
Yes.
world. And
Yeah.
the reality is we're safe,
Mm.
right? Like when we begin
Yes.
to live from that divine presence,
Yes.
we acknowledge that truly we are, we are safe. We are safe always.
Yeah.
Reverend Lemetria has
Yeah.
put a little comment in. Amen. 40 plus years to be here. Yeah. It's
Yes. Yeah.
it's really important that we acknowledge that there is not an age limit on life. There isn't
Mhm.
an age limit on when we live our purpose. There is no age limit. Age
No.
is
No.
irrelevant. We
Exactly.
are,
Um,
yeah, we're here to show up as who we are, not as somebody else.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Well, you're doing a great job, I gotta say. I was really,
Thank you.
really impressed with the service on Sunday. And
Yeah.
just the energy that you bring, and the other singer who was, I don't remember her name, the other
Akira
person,
Smith.
Akira. Yeah, the two of you are amazing, really remarkable.
Yeah.
And what a gift that was to, bring people together and
Yeah.
the excitement that was created. That's what you want
Hmm.
in your musicians is somebody who raises the vibration in the room through the music.
Yes.
Music and message, they go hand in hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Have to. Have to.
Exactly.
So
So what's your what's your plan for the rest of this year? Any
my
big
plan for the
deals?
rest of this year, um, I really want to get into the scheme of things in terms of most of what I did back home. I'm taking my time to get into the social service organization. I know
Mhm.
that I'm looking forward to a a musical, but I don't want to break the ice as yet. But there's something coming up in terms of a musical. There's conversation. That's a conversation. So we started the conversation. We
Nice.
haven't. We're solidifying it.
Yeah.
Um, I really want to do musical theater, um,
Mm.
social service, just having like my maybe like acoustic sessions and just making a difference in people's life. That I mean that's me. you know I mean Bob Marley said when the music hits you, you feel no pain. And I mean, yeah, I want to
One
do that.
love.
I want to do all of that. I want to do all of that. I mean, it's coming.
It
It's
is
coming.
coming.
You can feel it.
And
And I
Bob
started.
Marley was somebody who really did it well.
Yeah, I mean, I
Really well.
started the journey at Verity, and I'm just so excited about it.
Yeah.
I get so passionate when I'm up there ministering. And I mean, let me tell you, Reverend Barbara, after that message, after you know, it's just food. It's
It
just
is
food,
food.
listening to listening to Reverend Lamitra, listening to Reverend Sheila, and Reverend Ian. And recently we heard from David Pert, and
Oh,
it was
David,
it was
yes.
just it was just continuous food. And when you hear these things, you're encouraged. You're encouraged to move on. You're
Yeah.
encouraged to just step out there, and that's what people need. That's what people need.
It's exactly what they
And my
need. Yeah.
mission, my mission is to be a vehicle in my arts to make a difference. And I think the rest of the time here in Canada, That is my mission. Whether it be
Uh,
through church, whether it be
mhm.
through musical theater, whether it be through social service at PWA or any other organization who wants to take me on, that's my mission. Making a
Mm.
difference, and I'm open and receptive.
You're following the plan that was laid out as you entered
That's it.
this life stream. So that's
Yeah.
beautiful because I think that is the most important message that is each one of us begins to live within the consciousness of our own self. Who am I really? When we live from there, we actually create a change in the world that's pretty remarkable. But it can only come from heartfelt, real,
Hmm.
authentic sharing. It's got to come from love.
Yes. Yes.
I
Love.
love that. Love is the answer.
Hmm.
At least that's what my tattoo says. Love is the answer.
Yes.
And you don't want to forget. So as you're now, are you planning on, getting employment as a social worker in one of the agencies here in Toronto? Is
I
that
Yeah, that's the plan. I know that I may have to do probably an upgrade or something like that because I did my degree at the university in Jamaica. I did my degree there,
right?
and I know that I have to probably do an upgrade to kind of learn Toronto policies and laws and stuff like that that govern
Yes.
because it's a new culture, and I understand that. So probably there's an upgrade for me to do, and of course I will do that. You know.
Of course, of course. And Reverend Lemetria has been chatting up here, and she said that you're making a difference and it's showing up at Verity. So thanks. Reverend Lemetria is really,
Yeah.
really glad that you're there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, and to God go the glory, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the
To
piece
God
is
be the
that,
glory.
yeah, when we're living from our authentic voice, we make a difference in the world
Hmm.
that's really profound.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing right now, which I absolutely, absolutely love. So what about, so beyond musical theater, are you looking at any other areas for musical performances that, you're excited about, or you're not quite there yet?
Yeah, I am I'm into acoustic music. I'm
Hmm.
into that just like soulful music, you know.
Yeah.
Some individuals might call it soul food,
Soul
you know.
food. I like that.
Yeah, just a nice little laid back, you have your keyboardist, you have your bass, you have the guitar, you have the drums, and you come and you sit down, and I mean that's all in my head, and it will come out. That's a plan in my head. Maybe I'll speak to Reverend Lamitra about using downstairs to kind of put on a show, and probably call it um soul food or something like that. But I mean that's
Yeah.
the part I like to have that. I mean, I like that part of
Saturday afternoon
music.
jam session.
Yeah, just
Yeah. Rev, you're
music
listening.
and you know, invite other guest performers and
Yeah.
coming in the space, just having a really relaxed moment, soothing moment with the music. I'm
Yeah.
all about that. So that's
Oh,
another side of me. And so musical theater is one. Soul food in terms of the music,
soul
that's another
food.
part. And I'm into film acting as well. So that's another thing too. And that's
Okay.
another study that I want to do, film acting. Um,
Okay,
yeah.
good. Lemetria says you got it. Soul food.
Yep. Yep.
So it's all done. We're doing a show here and you're booked for Verity. So
Yes.
we've
Yeah.
got you all set up. That's beautiful. I love that. Well, when it comes to the way in which we interact with each other and the gifts that we bring to the table, I think it's so important to see someone like yourself who's just standing in your own authentic livingness.
Yes.
You're allowing yourself to show up and let your little light shine, your
Hmm.
big old light shine.
Yeah.
It's but I think sometimes, we look at people like you who front and center and so creative and so wonderful in how you interact with people, that there are people out there wishing they were you.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
want them to wish they were themselves because they got something valuable to bring. And I think what I love is that I think you inspire people to be themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That's, I mean, I look, being in a space like this, because I mean, I introduced you to someone recently, and I must say that I can remember I was sharing with Reverend Barbara that the individual saw a group of people, um applying for work. And I mean, just to be open, nothing is wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I asked one of the individual, you know is this something that you're passionate about, what you're
Yeah.
applying for? Is this something that you really want to do? And he said no, but I want money, which is understandable.
It
But
is.
then I said, because sometimes if we're not careful, we take on things, and we in our head we say, oh, it's just for a while, it's just for 3 months, but then we're left in that situation for up to 2 years because we have left our passion, we have left our path.
Or more likely 40 years.
Yeah, we have left our path.
Yep. So we do it now for the money, the lifestyle that we've gotten accustomed to, and we wonder why people get into their 40s and 50s and have a midlife crisis. The crisis
Mhm.
is you were living from your bank account rather than your passion. You were
Mhm.
seeing your job as your source rather than spirit as your source.
Mm.
And that creates some confusion for sure. Big time.
Yeah. So then when I said to the individual, hey, go and go and speak to, hey, let me speak to somebody, let me speak to,
Yeah.
I mean, the person got back on track with what they really want to do, because some,
Good.
and again, sometimes we all need a nudge. Sometimes, we all
Yeah.
need a nudge. And I mean, God
Do.
is so, you know, good that, sometimes we get a nudge by a TV show. We might be
Yep.
watching TV, relaxing, and then boop, something pops up, and then like, oh, we go, oh,
Exactly.
light bulb moment. We might be walking on the road, and somebody says something, maybe not to us, but whoops, it reminds us of something. So, we all need a little nudge sometimes,
Yeah.
and I mean, sometimes working from spirit, that spiritual mind, you know, gives us the nudge that we need, and
Exactly.
yeah,
Love it. Reverend Lemetria just put in the chat, you two are truly speaking truth, capital T. Do what you love and the money will follow. You know,
exactly.
and I think that's a message that really needs to get out there. Do what you're passionate about, do what you love, that you will have energy for forever. Like I
Mhm.
have the energy for my work right now more so than I did when I was in my 20s. Because in my 20s, I was doing work that I had to do to earn a living, to support a family, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't doing anything I loved or enjoyed. I did what I thought I had to do. And what I love about your story is you're living from your heart self, which is where I live now.
Mhm.
But as a senior citizen, it would have been nice to have started this a bit sooner. It's like you get there when you get there, and it's all good, like, because there isn't
Uh-huh.
a timeline, right? It's like the universe responds through us when we say yes, when we're ready to be who we really are and shine.
But you said a while ago, now is your time. Yeah, yes, I was just about to say that because I can remember when I just started university as well. I think I was in my late 20s when I started, and you know, usually when you start the university, you're young and fresh out of high school and all of that, you know.
I was 30,
And
so
I was in my, I was going in my 30s, and
yeah,
I had friends around me who
yeah,
remind me and say, Rudy, you're starting at the right time.
yeah.
You are
Because
starting at the right time.
you know what you like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what matters to you. You've gotten over that, "Woohoo, let's go have some fun"
Yeah,
age,
yeah.
right? I mean, it's not like we don't wanna have fun, but there's a maturity that comes in our
Mm-hmm.
30s that's definitely different than our teenage years or 20s, and I can assure you it's quite a bit different in your late 60s too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's powerful, and I think right now, one of the benefits for me is I'm looking at probably less time moving forward than what has passed. So it's like get
Mm-hmm.
to work because you've only got so many hours left. So
Yeah,
do your stuff, right? Don't wait.
yeah,
Don't wait. I'm really excited for you because I think you're bringing something truly, well, I know you're bringing something remarkable to Canada and to Toronto. So I'm really
yeah.
grateful that you're here. So are you part of any other groups? Like, um, are you joining other groups to get to know different people, interfaith
I
groups or anything like that?
well,
Or
I'm joining other groups. I was in a competition recently at MCC. It's
Mhm.
called, let me tell you what, Metropolitan
Community church? Yeah, my daughter
Community
sings there
Church. Yeah,
occasionally.
I was me and Akira and myself. We both came second and third in the competition. Um, Also, I'm introduced to join a committee for a pride committee
Oh,
that
good.
deal with migrants. But that is going to be confirmed soon when we have our next meeting. So I'm
Yeah.
making my rounds slowly. I'm getting to understand the culture, understand people, diversity, and all of that. So I'm being introduced to individuals and different
Mhm.
languages. I am now intrigued by French. I am now like
Oh,
like I was thinking about, okay, maybe I should learn French, because I mean I like
ah.
language, and so
Do you
I'm
speak
just
any other
meeting.
languages? Do you speak any other language?
Other than Jamaican, no.
No. Okay, okay.
Other than Jamaican Creole, no.
Yeah, well, my husband and
Because
daughter
when I
are
when
French.
when I go in my Jamaican dialect, patois they call it,
Patois,
apparently
yeah.
persons don't understand.
No,
So
we
I have
don't.
I slow down and speak standard English. So I do say, other than my native language. So Reverend, let me just say, she's in an online course for French. I'll share with you. Yes, please. Because
Yeah.
I started like some time ago with French, but
Oh, well, my husband and
yeah,
daughter are both
French. I
francophone,
love French.
and they would love to speak to you in French, and you as well, Reverend Lemetria. So as you're
Whew.
learning and you want to have conversations, when you see Pierre on Sunday running the camera, go up and say, "Bonjour, monsieur, ça va? Hello, how are you?"
Bonjour, monsieur. Ça va?
Yeah,
Look
see?
at that.
Perfect.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Ah, bonjour, monsieur Pierre.
Bonjour. Bonjour. You know, let me just tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, Reverend Barbara. So once upon a time, when persons used to tease me and sing the song Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and they said like, so where do you get your name from? My joke was, oh, Rudolph is French, and you're not even pronouncing it right. It's actually Rudolph. It's Rudolph. You have to roll your tongue because it's French. I used to just kid around and tell people that my name is French. Rudolph. Okay, it's not Rudolph, but Rudolph. Yeah.
It's very funny
So I used to
because
play
they don't
around.
pronounce their D's that way, but that's good. I love that you did that. It's very creative and very fun.
I would
You've got
say, yeah, I would tell
Leticia
them,
roaring with laughter.
I would tell them my name is
That's so cool.
Rujolf. Rujolf.
Rougeau. Well, yes. Ah,
Yes.
monsieur, such a suave
Miss,
and
yeah.
debonair.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, we're
Oh my
down to our
goodness.
last 4 minutes, if you can believe it. And Demetria just said, I love the Joy Show. Yay. I love Verity. I love you.
We love you, Reverend Demetria.
We love
We
you,
love you.
So we're down to our last 4 minutes.
Mhm.
And so, what is one thing that you would like people to really take away from this interview today? One thing you hope people would know or realize or experience? What would you like to share?
Love. Love
Love.
yourself. Love your journey. Just love the experience. Love. Because love is what leads. Love is what
Love.
leads. Love is what guides. Love is what will push you to finish whatever journey you started. Love. Love is very powerful. Even when you don't feel like, oh my God, love.
Yeah.
Love. And we see love every day. We see love in the
Absolutely.
trees. We look in the sky, there is love. We breathe love.
Yeah.
Love.
Mm.
Love.
Love is
It
the answer. It doesn't really matter
everything.
what the question is.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Thank you so much for that. That's absolutely right. And the only thing I would add is be you because
Hmm.
everybody else is taken. And you were created perfectly by a perfect creator. And so there's
Yes.
nothing you need to change, alter. Love yourself enough to share your light in the world, which is
Hmm.
exactly what you've been doing, Rudy, which is so
Yes.
awesome. So
Yeah.
awesome. I'm so glad you said yes to the show today. I
Mhm.
think you've really set a standard for our show. We had lots of fun. I like that.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, it's a real joy. And I look forward to, I won't be at service on Sunday to
Hmm.
see you because I'm speaking somewhere else, but I will definitely watch after the fact because I
All
really
right.
do enjoy doing that. So thank you for saying yes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support you give to PWA. That's
No
so
problem.
valuable and so important.
No
You're a
problem.
gift.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, have a most wonderful day. I'll get you back at some point in time to do my other show, Spirit Cafe, because
Mhm.
we can talk about the youth and the social work aspect. I think would be
Great.
very, very valuable as well. You're a blessing. You're a
Thank
blessing.
you. Thank you so much, Rev. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, everybody, thank you so much. My wonderful guest, Rudolph Tomlinson, who is the music director at Verity Center for Better Living and also a volunteer at Toronto People with AIDS Foundation. So you can find him in any of those places. And for me, thank you for being here, watching The Joy Show every week. We're here every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And we are so grateful that you get to be you. So have a wonderful day. You're watching the New Thought Media Network. Please do like, share, subscribe. And if you feel like it, donate to the New Thought Media Network. It is a powerful not-for-profit that could really use the extra income. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. I love you all. Bye for now. Until next time. Bye, Rudy. Bye,
On
Demetria.
behalf of everyone at New Thought Media Network, thank you for being a member of our virtual family. Your financial contributions help share the New Thought message with people from around the world. Please visit and contribute at www.ntmedia.org/donate. New Thought Media Network. Come be you. And please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace and blessings.